Hi, and welcome to the Gabby Tripp Show. I'm your host, Gabby Tripp. The home buying process is one of the most exciting and rewarding experiences for any future home buyer, but it can also feel stressful and at times overwhelming. Well, have no fear, Gabby is here. Whether you are a future home buyer or a real estate professional, the Gabby Tripp Show is here to be your resource for all things mortgage. So buckle up, because your perfect home buying trip starts now. Today, we are going to be going over mortgage orientation. These are the steps that you'll need to take before talking to a lender and preparing yourself for the home buying process. I know when I was considering buying my first home that there were certain things that I needed to get in order before I even started that journey. And it was great because I was already a mortgage professional, so I knew what those things were. But today I want to lead you through those steps so that you can have that knowledge and feel empowered before you start that journey with a lender. Step number one is know your credit score. Now, this is so important because you want to make sure that your credit score is qualifying for what a mortgage requires. So most companies require a minimum of a 620 credit score in order to qualify you for a mortgage. So I would say that downloading an app or using a website for my favorite website out there to monitor your credit, the link is right down here, so follow that. You can track your actual mortgage credit score on there. Now, why is that important? Well, there's lots of different apps and websites out there where you can check or monitor your credit, but unfortunately, not all of them are accurate for a mortgage. So again, follow this link, check your credit score, know what it is, and that is your first step before you get started with talking to a lender. Step number two is make sure you have a 2-year history in the workforce. So if you are a student who just graduated college, that totally counts. Whenever you're entering the workforce, that could be the start of your employment. So don't worry about that 2 years or saying, I just got out of school and I don't have it. We can still use your graduation as your 2-year history coupled with your new job. Now, if you're a business owner, on the other hand, or you're an independent contractor or self-employed in any way, or you are a commission-based employee, we need a 2-year history in that field or in that business reported on your tax returns in order for lenders to use that income to qualify you for a mortgage. So it gets a little bit more complicated if you're self-employed, and I'll talk about that in a lot more depth in another video. Now, my other group is for those buyers out there that are in a salaried position or an hourly position that's full-time. Again, we'd like to see a nice 2-year history with that. And so make sure, that's your step number 2, that you've got your income in place. So if you are newly self-employed, you know immediately you need 2 more years in order to use that income. And if you're in graduating school, make sure you have that next job lined up. And if you're hourly or salaried and you've got 2 years history, then you're ready. And number 3 is down payment. Now, not every single client has to have a down payment. There are so many programs out there for first-time home buyers that might not require a down payment or have very little minimum requirements, but you do want to have some sort of assets in the bank. That way, a lender can help guide you on if those funds are going to be directed towards your closing costs or down payment. So you definitely want to come with some sort of savings. That way we can use that towards your purchase process. So you don't have to have 20% saved up. You don't need to have a ton of money, but we do need to have a little bit in reserves. That way we can see what programs you qualify for as a first-time home buyer. The fourth and final step, and the most important, is connect with a lender, preferably me. I would love to work with you and help you through this process. If you have those first 3 steps that you've thought about and you feel prepared, connect with me today and let's talk about if you are ready to start the home buying process. Now, there are little and sometimes other things that we have to go through, but it's case by case. So the first 3 steps that I've given you are pretty universal. Now, if you have any other questions when it comes to all things mortgage, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on social media at Gabby Tripp Team on Instagram. You can go to my website, gabbytripp.com. I'd love to be a resource for you for all of your mortgage questions. You are now one step closer to achieving your home buying dreams. I'll see you next time.